Welcome to the game. The Drive, Shiloh vs. South Gwinnett Comets, September 20th, 2013. Play number 159. Midway through the fourth quarter, score is tied 14-14. South Gwinnett has the ball and driving in Shiloh territory. Trying to take the lead, it's 3rd and 9 from the Shiloh 38. The South QB drops to pass, and Shiloh's senior quarterback, Nana Asar, comes up quickly and breaks up a sure catch by the South receiver. That was a huge play because it brought up 4th and 9 instead of a possible first down or short yardage on 4th down.
Hey, Nana, what did you see on that play, and tell us about how you broke it up?
On that play, the receiver ran out for a 10-yard curl, and as I was backpedaling, I read the receiver trying to come back fast, so I read it, reacted quickly, came under the tackle, and knocked the ball out while I tackled him down. He was in the air for about 5 seconds after the tackle, and he dropped the ball.
Hey, Coach Early, it's 4th and 9, the game is on the line. What defense did you call, and how did that play unfold?
Well, I remember that play like it was yesterday. It was a huge play late in the game, and to be completely honest, we had called our base defense because we're better in base than most anything else. 4th and 9, we played great defense in the secondary and zone coverages, and we just sat in zone, and we felt like they would try to throw the ball right around the 10-yard mark, and I felt like we would break on the ball and make a play and stop the play. That didn't need to happen. They fumbled the snap, and our kids up front, Kajon Joseph and Keith Thicklin and the rest of them, got a good jump on the snap, and we're right there to force a bad play, and they turned it over on downs to us. So it ended well the way it was.
Play 160, 4th and 9 from the Shiloh 38 for South. Low snap from the center, and the South QB fumbles the snap. Senior Joseph, Senior Keith Thicklin, and Senior Huff are coming hard upfield and sack the QB for a 6-yard loss, and the ball turns over to Shiloh on downs. Hey Keith, walk us through that play. Did you see the ball on the ground, and what were your thoughts?
I can remember Coach Early calling like a stack pinch, and there was a low snap actually on that play. And as he's fumbling to pick it up, me and Kejon and Deontay Huff were like getting past our man, and we saw the opportunity and we just wanted to strike. So we all ended up getting on the tackle. We all ended up getting the sack, and that was like the game-winning drive kind of, because they didn't come back after that. We came back and scored.
First and 10 for the Generals at their own 44-yard line. Approximately 6 minutes left in the game.
Coach Nash, at this point of the game, what were you seeing in terms of play calling and strategy?
Every time we got in trips, South would shift to the trip, so we felt like we could run inside zone opposite.
Hey Coach Lawrence, it looked like the Shiloh offense was going to put the ball in the hands of the RBs, running backs, and turn the game over to the offensive line. Do you think you can handle South's big DL and move the ball into scoring position all on the ground?
Well, having faith in the guys and knowing what they were able to do, their confidence level was real high at that point in time, and they wanted to be able to put the game in their hands. When they came to the sideline and said, "Coach, let's run the ball, we can score." At that time, I felt like it was just going to be a positioning game to put a game into our kicker's hand to try to win by a field goal, but it turned out to be a up-the-middle play where Charles Shavers got the ball and ran behind Kazi Leslie and Juan Cuero and Scott Roberts. I thought he hit the ground, but he didn't. He leaned on Juan and took off for the end zone and scored the winning touchdown, which helped propel our season into an outstanding event by beating South Gwinnett that night.
Okay, Coach, it's 3rd and 5 from the south 15-yard line, and the play call was Hosley to Shavers running right up the middle behind the center, number 61, and guard 66 Cosley, and 61 Scott. Were you thinking just position the ball in the middle of the field for a game-winning field goal, which would come from about 30 yards out? Walk us through it.
Yeah, we were thinking we just wanted to get the ball in the middle of the field. We had confidence that Adrian would kick the field goal to win it. But Charles, you know, like he always does, he felt like he could get in the end zone, so we called the play, and luckily he got us in the end zone. We didn't have to put it on the kicker.
Hey Scott, what was your assignment on that play, and when did you realize that Shaver was bouncing off you and headed to the end zone?
The assignment was Zulu, which means zone step left, and I noticed Charles was going into the end zone. First I thought he was down, but then I continued blocking, and I see him run past me into the end zone. Touchdown.
Hey Charles, what did you see on that play, and how did you feel when you saw the end zone in front of you and no South jerseys between you and a touchdown?
I mean, all I saw was like the end zone. Like I knew it was down. I knew it was like we needed it real bad. So I just had to do it for my team. This is what I do best.
Coach Hobbs was back at home with a back injury. What were you thinking on that last play, and were you able to let him know what was going on?
Well, you know, we felt real bad for Coach Hobbs having to be at home with his back, and I was able to text him as soon as the play was over, as soon as we'd won. And I didn't get to talk to him, but I did get to talk to him as soon as we got back in the locker room. He was very excited.
Okay, Coach. Hey, the drive, Shiloh versus South Gwinnett comments. What do you have any comments on that?
Man, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. That was actually my second game away from the team. And when you're away and not knowing what's going on, it was a killer. I'm sitting on the couch, you know, getting updated texts, but for a long time there in the fourth quarter, I had no idea what was going on. Coach Nash sent me the text right after Charles scored a touchdown, saying that we had won the game, and then he called me after the game. And, you know, I tried to jump for joy, but I really couldn't. I think I just rolled off the end of the couch. But I was ecstatic and excited for the team and the players, and especially the coaches who over those last couple of weeks when I was out injured, man, they stepped up and did what was necessary for this team to continue rolling and be successful. And then I was able to, I think I called one of the guys, maybe Eric White, in the locker room. I was able to, you know, give some congrats to the guys in the locker room as they were celebrating and dancing around. So, you know, that made it a very good weekend for me, and that helped my spirits to want to get back to work and to be around the guys in the locker room and coaching and be back at Shiloh. So that was a big win for us. It got us going, and it got me going as well. Thank you all for your support, for your prayers, and all of that during my time of illness. But I'm back now, and let's get this thing rolling. Coach.
Hey, Coach Lawrence, the drive covered 54 yards on 6 plays, and won perhaps the biggest rivalry game that Shiloh has. Your offensive line physically took over the line of scrimmage there in the fourth quarter for an offensive line that has to be satisfying. Tell us your thoughts.
Well, it was very gratifying to be able to watch the young men be able to play at that high level and want the game to be on their shoulders. They took it amongst themselves to be able to say that, Coach, we can take care of it. Let's run the ball, let's run down the clock, and let's win the game. When they came to the sideline, they said, Coach, we have it. They're tired and we're not. And so it was a great feeling to be able to say, you know, I coached those young men and what they did for Shiloh High School on that night.
Incredible game for Shiloh. Their defense stood up and made plays in the fourth quarter to give their team a chance to win. The offense took the ball, methodically drove the ball down the field, with Shavers copying off the drive with an incredible 15-yard TD jaunt that won the game for us. It was a drive that personified the team spirit and character. The play, Shiloh versus Parkview, October 18th, 2013. Play 139. It's getting late in the fourth quarter, and Parkview has the ball at the Shiloh 26-yard line with a 21-20 lead and a third down, 8 yards to go. The Parkview QB goes back to pass and fires one in the flat to a receiver standing at the first down marker. Junior linebacker Duran Bowles slides into coverage and leaps high in the air, batting the ball down. If he doesn't make the play, the game is likely over. Play 140. It's 4th and 8 from the Shiloh 26-yard line. The Parkview QB scrambles upfield, but he is run out of bounds. The ball turns over on downs, and it's first down Shiloh from their own 28-yard line. First down play, toss sweep to McDuffie running the left side. Pick up 2 yards, brings 2nd and 8 from the Shiloh 30. Second down play, timeout Shiloh.
Hey Coach, during the timeout, what were y'all talking about in terms of running a play? It was getting late and the Parkview defense was feeling it.
Well, we actually only called the timeout because we screwed up the formation the play before. We were supposed to run it on the play before. They lined up the wrong formation, and coming to find out later on, 5 guys had 5 different calls after they saw the sign. So we had to call timeout, get in the right formation, make sure we had the play down.
Second down 8 from the Shiloh 30. Late in the 4th quarter, Halsey steps back, tosses just over the offensive line. Stewart makes a reception, looks up, and delivers a perfect lateral toss to Jeremy McDuffie, who streaks down the sideline before finally being run out of bounds.
Hey Coach Hobbs, did you have any idea that this would work as well as it did? And what were your thoughts as McDuffie was flying down the Shiloh sideline?
Well, first thoughts, as a coach, when you draw up these trick plays, or you call these trick plays, you always hope that they are able to work. And we had practiced it several times throughout the week, thinking if we had a chance to be able to do it, that we thought we would be successful. And I think Coach Nash might have talked about it before. We had tried to call it the play before, but everybody was lined up wrong, so we had to burn a timeout to make sure everybody was on the same page with the play. Then once we threw it and Cam was able to catch it, and it was kind of a high ball, Sean had to throw it over a guy. And once it got into Jeremy's hands, the only thing I could think was just run as fast as you could, Jeremy, get as many yards as you can to give us an opportunity later on to be able to win the game against Parkview.
So hey Sean, what did you think when Coach Nash called the play, and why was there a timeout?
Well, there was a timeout to start the beginning of the play because well, with our offense, we don't huddle up and we just use signals. And I kind of messed up one of the signals, which is crazy because the play that Coach Nash was calling was one of those kind of plays that we never run. Like, we practice it here and there, but it was one of those plays that we never thought we would run. So when he called it, I messed up the signal, and so I had put everybody in a whole different formation than what it was supposed to. And so Coach Nash called a timeout. He kind of yelled at me, fussed at me for messing up the play. But then he called the play, which is hitch and pitch, which is when I throw the ball to Cam, and then he tosses it back to Jeremy, and Jeremy runs down the sideline. And it was another one of those plays that just kind of worked out the way it was supposed to when we practiced it. But we never ran it before that in a game, and then we ended up running it the next week against Tequila, and it worked the same way. So it's just one of those kind of lucky plays.
Hey Cam, same question. Had this play worked in practice?
Not often, but our defense usually already knew what we was doing. So then when we went against Parkview, when I pitched the ball to Jeremy McDuffie, my heart was racing, and we was getting close to the field goal, to the end zone. So when I tossed to the ball, he streaked down the sideline. I was very excited, and then we ended up scoring, winning the game.
Hey Jeremy, same question. And what did you see when you caught the pitch from Cam?
When I caught the ball, I just saw like 2 defenders in front of me. I saw the first down, and I knew that we had to score on the next drives coming up. So I was just happy that I could get the yards that we needed for that play.
The ball was put in play at the Parkview 30, and Shiloh kept it on the ground for another 5 plays, grinding out another 20 yards and taking precious time off the clock. Again, the Shiloh offensive line took over the line of scrimmage and even gave the Generals a chance to win. We had to get more yards and take time off the clock, then the men up front made this happen. QB Halsey spikes the ball in a Parkview 10, and in comes senior Adrian Lawler to attempt a 27-yard field goal to win the game over Parkview. Shiloh's first win versus Panthers in over 20 years. Parkview calls timeout to ice Lawler. Juan snaps it perfect, Airwhite puts it down, and Adrian knocks it through the uprights.
Parkview had called a timeout to ice the kicker. What were your thoughts as you lined up over the ball?
Pretty much all I was thinking about was make sure the snap was right. I wasn't worried about blocking anybody. Just make sure the snap was right to get there, and pretty much just because it was game-winning situation. So pretty much the snap was very important.
Hey Eric, you waited until precisely the right moment to call for the snap and placed it down perfectly. You never raised your head through it until a couple moments later. What were you thinking?
I was just thinking about whether or not this ball was going to go through, and I just heard the uproar of the crowd and my team and everybody going crazy, and it was just amazing. I knew we made it. It was just ecstatic.
Hey Adrian, you did it. You kicked the game winner. First time in over 20 years. Tell us your thoughts as you went out on the field and after the kick.
Well, I tried to keep the pressure out of my mind. I knew that the fans were counting on me as well as the team. And I just went out there and blew it all away and just kicked how I normally kick. And after the kick, I saw it go through and I was really happy, but I tried to keep my emotions in because we still had the rest of the game to play.
Another incredible night for Shiloh football. Again, the defense held strong late in the fourth quarter, making big stops on a 3rd and 4th down in their territory. The offense had then found a way to make the play, and then they didn't stop there. They methodically moved the ball another 20 yards, set the game-winning field goal, and the junior snapper, the junior holder, and the senior kicker saw it through. The catch, Shiloh versus Central Gwinnett Black Knights, November 8th, 2013. The last game of the year, senior night. Shiloh versus Central Gwinnett, another team that Shiloh hadn't beaten in almost 10 years. This game was so important for the 21 seniors who had worked as hard as they could to change the program, to finally make Shiloh a winner. Things started well, but then we fell into a familiar pattern and found ourselves losing to Central by a score of 17-14 with less than a minute to go before halftime. Momentum had started with Shiloh, but it swung back to Central. The old Shiloh would have taken a knee, gone into halftime, and who knows how things would have turned out. Not this team, not this night. Play 91, 1st and 10 at the Parkview 44. We have got to get some yards and quick if we were to have a chance to either kick a field goal or throw a Hail Mary in the end zone. QB Halsey takes the snap. The protection by the offensive line is excellent, and he delivers a strike to Cam Stewart, who stretches out for a 9-yard gain to the Parkview 35 line. Time is running out, and it's too far for a field goal. Halsey takes the snap and spikes the ball. There is time for one more play.
Last play of the half from the Central Gwinnett 35-yard line. What are you thinking here, Coach Nash?
I'm thinking we need to try to get one in the end zone to try to help build our momentum going into the second half.
Hey Sean, your offensive line protected beautifully and you stepped at the pocket just like you're supposed to, and you let it fly. What did you see, or did you just toss it?
Well, the play, the way it's designed, I was supposed to throw it, roll out to the right, and throw it to the group of teammates in the corner of the end zone, and one person's supposed to tip it. So I kind of just threw it to Cameron, since he's a taller receiver on the team. I kind of just threw it to him, and James, who was lined up on the opposite side of the field, came out of nowhere and just dove for the ball. But what's crazy is that it was actually my fault, but James was supposed to be lined up next to me to help block, but he ended up kind of doing his own thing, and I kind of didn't say anything about it because I was hurrying trying to score. So it all worked out well, and James made a play. James and Cameron made a play, and I just kind of threw it up there.
Hey Cam, there's 3 Central Gwinnett defenders on you, but you timed your jump perfect. Is this something you work on in practice, and what was your thought at this point?
I usually work on it most often during practice, like jump balls, being more explosive, catching the ball at the highest point. And my thought when I was going up for the ball, I just wanted to get a good field position or a touchdown for my team to win, and we got up.
Tell us about that play. Was it supposed to happen that way?
Well, actually, when we spiked the ball and decided that we were gonna go Hail Mary on last play right, we thought we'd just give ourselves a chance you know, only about, what, 0.8 seconds, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of time left, 8 seconds to go in the half. Then we kind of designed it, told everybody where we wanted to get lined up and things of that. And we sent them out, and I look up, and James Miles, the person that actually caught the ball, was lined up wrong in the formation. So as Sean is rolling out to try to give us an opportunity to make a play, I'm on the headset yelling at the coaches saying, why is James not in the backfield blocking? Why is James not in the backfield blocking? Why is James not in the backfield blocking? And the ball's in the air, and I'm still yelling like, why did James Miles not stay in the backfield and blocking? And then I can't remember if it was Coach or one of the guys up top saying, Coach, don't worry about it, because James Miles just caught the ball off the tip. So yeah, you always wanted to work that way, and it did work that way. So great job by James. He knew what he was doing, and I guess we didn't. So it gave us a little more momentum going into the half, and we needed that spark.
And lastly, Coach, are you pleased with how the season ended? Players making plays, and do you have any words for the 2013 seniors?
I think we all are excited about what the future may hold here at Shiloh High School for the football program. And 2013 was a great year for us. One of our goals was to make the playoffs, and we were maybe a game short or a play or two short. But I want to just thank all the guys for their effort and determination throughout the season, for getting us to a 5-5 season. I mean, once again, that was the best record Shiloh has had in a long time, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. And for the 2013 class, you will be missed, but hold your heads up high and know that you represented Shiloh to the best of your abilities, and you have put us on the right track to be able to turn this thing around. So go Generals and win the day.
It was finally Shiloh's night. Players made plays, and we finished with a 5-5 record, the best record at Shiloh in 10 years. We started hot, ran into adversity, had injuries to key players and our head coach, but we never stopped competing. Senior roll call. Number 3, Asar. Number 72, Kane. Number 75, Carter. Number 4, Exford. Number 82, Griggs. Number 16, Halsey. Number 56, Heath. Number 29, Helm. Number 19, Henderson. Number 14, Hudson. Number 52, Huff. Number 59, Joseph. Number 11, Lattimore. Number 47, Lawler. Number 8, Miles. Number 27, Mobley. Number 87, Pittman. 61, Roberts. 26, Taylor. 31, Thickling. And 20, Hines. Congratulations, senior. Best of luck. And thank you for all you do for Shiloh High School. Win the day, Generals.